Alamin ko kung gusto nyo rin kunin. Nagigil ako ng mga ito. Carmina Magbanwa, nagsalita ng COMELEC na di na sila mag-entertain na kahit anong DQ petition. Sabi ni Carmina ng YouTube natin. Donelyn, kwentong basura, sabi niya. Daday Sakro, salamat. Dito lang ho tayo mga kababayan. Tayo bali-balita lang ang ating gagawin dito. Wag makikipag-away. Huwag basta mag-comment lang po kayo, mag-share po kayo. At marami nating kasama dito na eto. Uy, taga-Comelec ito taga-Comelec ito. Uy, ito na yung mga papel-papel. Uy, anong papel yan, ma'am? Ma'am, anong papel yan?
Bibigyan natin kayo ng
Para saan po yung papel, ma'am?
yung statement ng AWARE tsaka ng towns about cancellation for BBM.
Yung DQ ni BBM. Yan po yung nagsisulong ng DQ ni BBM. Ako, eto na.
I just want you all to know that our statement has been received.
Okay na?
Ready?
Game? Okay. Alright, let's go, ma'am.
Just to let you all know that our statement has been received by the COMELEC. What we are asking for is simply justice and truth. If all of us have to pay taxes, so do all the candidates. And one of them did not pay his taxes. This is not fair. All we are asking the COMELEC to do is stand by the truth, stand by democracy. We cannot let democracy go down the drain. We have to protect it, and COMELEC has the power to protect our democracy, and therefore we must do this. Thank you very much.
How many signed the document?
15,000.
A little more than 15,000 who signed, and it's all here from change.org. Hindi ito trolls, ha? Real people ito. Because kung pupunta kayo sa change.org, makikita nyo yung mga comments nila, why they are signing. Tapos, nagbabayad pa sila para mas makalawak pa yung mga signatories. Nagbabayad ng 500, 1,000, 2,500. Nakikita ko kasi minomonitor ko everyday. 2 weeks lang po ito. Kaya kung tinatanong, bakit 15,000 lang, hindi 1 million? Kasi na-post lang ito November 29. At saka ni-print namin kahapon.
So those are all the signatories?
Yes. If you want to look at them and you scrutinize them, nandito. Ito yung cover letter, ito yung signatories. No? Yung mga civil society organizations na nag-sign together with AWARE, which is our women's organization, nakalista dyan lahat sa inyong press release.
Ma'am, how do you think that your document
Well, we hope that they stand for justice. We believe that the people of COMELEC want to stand for the truth. Because we believe this, we wrote the letter and we got the signatories. And just so you know this, I'm sure if you go out throughout the Philippines and ask everybody, do you want everybody to pay their taxes? I am sure they will all say, of course. It is not fair that the middle class and the lower middle class who have hardly any money are paying taxes. They get like 22,000 pesos a month and they have to pay taxes. And those who have 20 billion do not pay taxes. This is not fair, and they certainly should not be running for office. And if you ask any Filipino, they will all say the same thing.
May I add also, the petition of Father Christian Benafe is very simple. Bongbong Marcos misrepresented and lied when he filed his certificate of candidacy. He lied. He checked the boxes and said that there was no liability on his part. Merong liability because he was convicted of a crime. So he should have disclosed that. So anyone who lies is not fit to run for president. I think it's as simple as that.
Ma'am, the camp of Mr. Marcos Jr. might argue na they have already satisfied all of the requirements after the conviction. How would you respond to that?
Oh, that is for the public to decide. Yeah, it's the lawyers and the public that have to decide. All we're asking the public is, please hear this petition and deny his certificate of candidacy because the facts are very simple. He lied and misrepresented himself. He is not fit to be a candidate for president or any public office.
So are you saying, ma'am, that even if he has already satisfied all of those, in the beginning, he still has violated?
Yes, he violated the National Internal Revenue Code by not paying his taxes.
May we get your names or just so we can identify in our reports?
This is
I'm Carmen Valdez, usually known as Pinky Valdez. Thank you very much. I'm president of the board.
I'm Narzalina Lin. I'm a co-founder of AWARE.
How do you spell the family name?
Lin. It's in the list of signatories in the cover letter. You will see here. I'm Narzalina Lin.
I am Isabel Aleta from the Towns Foundation, the Outstanding Women in the Nation's Service.
I'm Eleanor Monedero.
I'm Rita Brown. I'm with Towns.
I'm Pat. I'm with my mom.
Ma'am, sorry. Ma'am, how are you able to come up with a group and file a petition?
Pardon?
How did you decide to form a group and then file this letter?
Well, you know, AWARE, our women's organization, has been in political activism since 1983, since Ninoy Aquino was assassinated. So we have always been in the forefront of political activism. And we know that we have to watch our government agencies. We have to put pressure on them so that they will do their work. Because if we just sit back and do nothing, they'll do whatever they want. So this is also a message not only to COMELEC, but eventually, if this case gets to the Supreme Court, we're also telling our justices in the Supreme Court, hey, you're over here, and we're not going to sit back and let you do what you want.
Ma'am, how soon do you want this to be resolved? I mean, the first case that you're supporting, I think siya na po yung pinaka-advanced in terms of all the cases pending against Marcos.
The other cases, I think they were already dismissed.
The intervention.
The interventions were dismissed, so this is the only case that's left. And from what we understand, both parties, the lawyers, were asked to file their memorandum by December 20. So if they file their memoranda by December 20, that means that the COMELEC will have to start deliberate. The second division will have to start deliberating on this after that. Now, if they work during the holidays, maybe before the end of the year, they can decide. But it might go to January. Nobody knows.
And the other factor is this. Bongbong keeps saying he has satisfied. Where is the proof? Where's the proof? There is no proof. You have to have facts. From facts comes the truth. From truth comes trust. Without trust, there is no democracy, and you are not supposed to be running for office without facts, truth, and trust.
Ma'am, question po. Ano po yung reaction niyo po on the order ng COMELEC Second Division na ipasura po yung yung answers in intervention na final ng grupo nila Attorney Calleja and also with the Pro Marcos group?
Yung intervention na yun sa Division 1.
Second Division po, ma'am.
No. Yung kay Attorney Calleja?
Yes po, Second Division po.
Second Division din.
In case that you're also supporting.
From what I know from Attorney Delite, all the interventions were already dismissed, and so there is no more barrier. That's why they were asked to submit their memo already by December 20. So tuloy na.
Okay po, ma'am. Thank you po.
Okay?
Ayan mga kababayan, ito na po yung 15,000 signatures na dala po ng isang grupo dito.
I'm the president of AWARE.
Ayan, ito na sila.
I'll show you the signature.
If you want to look at the signatures, you can browse through it.
Here.
Just go after.
Ayan, mga kababayan, yan na yung isang grupo na may dalang 15,000 na signatures para ituloy ang digyo ni Bongbong Marcos dito. Ma'am, excuse po ma'am. Ma'am, pwede ko kayo ma-interview ma'am?
Yes.
Ano sa tingin niyo ma'am, may chance pa ba na papayagan kayo ng COMELEC na
Ito na.
ipasa yung signature na 15,000? Ano sa tingin niyo ma'am? Kasi sabi po ng COMELEC hindi na daw sila mag-entertain. Tama ho ba yun ma'am?
That's not what we heard. They accepted it. They accepted our 15,000 signatures. And we are waiting to see what their result will be. Actually, Bongbong has no proof that he has satisfied everything. He has not. They have to accept it or not. That's their choice. We are leaving it at their doorstep, and we are hoping that they will go for the truth. Because without truth, without facts, without truth, without trust, there is no democracy. And anybody who doesn't have the facts right, the truth right, and the trust right, that means they should not be running for office. It's very, very simple.
Ma'am, sa pong galing lahat ng mga pumirma po sa...
From everywhere. That comes from everywhere. Many of them are organizations, and that's why one signature, for example, AWARE signs, everybody in AWARE has put their name, so it's really more than 15,000. Because there are many, if you look at the list, there are many organizations, and behind each organization there's 100, 200, 300 people. So it's much more than 15,000.
Ma'am, why only 15,000 not 1 million?
Because we just issued it just recently, and we are running against time. We had to submit it now. If this was done like a month ago, I'm sure we would have 1 million by this time. It's very simple. After you release this in the press, find out what people are saying. Our people are saying, it's okay, he doesn't have to pay his taxes. I dare anybody to say that. Because if you go to the people, in general, they will all say everybody should pay. It's not fair. All of you, you're all paying your taxes. All of you who are here listening to me and taking down what we're saying, you think it's all right that somebody doesn't pay their taxes? It is not fair to you. What's your salary compared to his? And his wealth? It's not fair. And how come he can get off with it for 3 years and it's okay, but not for you? It doesn't work. And we would have had 1 million easily. If we keep going and going, we will easily get to 1 million. It's not a problem.
Ma'am, bakit ngayon lang ma'am na tatakbo na siya sa pagkapangulo? Since na tumakbo na siya ng Vice President and the other position po. Bakit ngayon nyo lang po final yung petition na DQ?
Let me just put it this way. Let's just stick to the problem now. He's running for the presidency. I don't want to go back and go out over the past. It's very intricate and it's very complex. It's very hard to go back to when he ran for the vice presidency. But now, we have to put our foot down once and for all. The presidency cannot go to someone who has not paid their taxes. It's very, very simple, okay? Yes, you're right, maybe it should have been, but I don't want to go back there now. That's a long story right now. And I know that you just want little sound bites, and the sound bite is, it is not acceptable for the presidency. It is not. Okay?
Ma'am, anong pangalan nyo ma'am?
Carmen Valdez, V-A-L-D-E-S with an S. And I know you're going to say I look very mestiza because I am. But I'm born and raised in the Philippines, okay? Totally Filipino. My father's a Filipino, my mother's a Filipino, so just so you know,
I thought you were Spanish, ma'am.
exactly, I'm Spanish, Spanish-Filipino, so I come from the past. My heritage, my uncle, Basilio Valdez, was the Secretary of Staff of President Quezon, and he was the doctor of President Quezon. So I come from a long line of patriots. Okay?
Ayan.
Thank you very
Salamat
much.
po. Ma'am, may mga iba pang kasama kayo dito. Si father, ma'am, nasaan po siya? Si
They
father.
died already. My father and mother died already.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Salamat po. Ayan, mga kababayan, dala-dala ang 15,000 yung signatures ni ma'am. Talagang mainit ang mga talakayan dito. So, sa
qualification yun.
kumbaga, ito yung ano mga kababayan eh. Yun nga, gaya ng tanong ko, bakit ngayon lang po na i-file ito? It's a complex daw. So, hayaan natin sila. Irespeto natin yung kanilang mga sinasabi dito.
Salamat. Manalo na si Len. We are not here for Lenny. We are here for the truth. That's important. We are here for the truth.
You are the middleman.
Yes. This is not about Lenny. This is not about Isko. This is about the truth. That's all. The truth and honesty. And you cannot lie. That's what's the most important here. We are not here to campaign. We are here so that Comelec will put its foot down, and anybody who does not go by the truth and facts should not be running for president.
Ma'am, kung sakali ma'am na boboto kayo, sino talaga yung gusto yung Pangulo, ma'am?
Well, of course. The one, let me put it to you this way. Who is the one who's the most honest, who lives in a condo that's only 1.46 square meters, maliit na maliit yung bahay niya, and she doesn't even own it. She doesn't even own the condo. Okay? Who is the one who has been in government and has passed 15 versus Bongbong 1 in Congress? Who is the one who's been with the poor every single solitary day she's been with the poor? I know it because I was working with her in Masbate. She goes to the poorest of the poor, and they all love her because she doesn't care about herself. She only cares about bringing this country to justice, that's all, and give to the poor what they deserve, which is number one, respect. You don't give them money. You cannot buy a vote. Some people are trying to buy votes. When you pay for a vote, what kind of a vote is that? I hate to use, well, I better not use this word because this is all public, but you know what to do when you pay for something? You know what that is? Okay, that's what it is. It has to come from the heart. It has to be because you believe in the person, not because they paid you money. You understand?
Yes.
And long before she was even vice president, she was already working for justice for the poor. Way before. I want to know where Bongbong was 10 years ago. Was he with the poor? Was he with the poor before he ran for the vice presidency? You answer the question. Why? You have seen already the photograph. Everybody who came to the rally was given 500 to 1,000 pesos. You're buying votes. And you know what you're doing? You are insulting the poor. You are insulting them. I can buy your vote. I can give you money and you will vote for me because I gave you money. And if I'm poor and my family cannot eat, of course I'm going to take your money. Of course I'm going to take your money. I don't have any place to get the money from. So of course I'm going to take your money. I would say what Cardinal Sin said, take the money but vote with your conscience. You know why? You know where that money, you know why they should take that money? Because that money belongs to the Filipino in the first place. That money came from the Filipino in the first place. So when they're giving out 1,000 pesos, that's your money actually. That's your money.
Ma'am, question na po ma'am, hindi po ba yung do sa sinabi niya, hindi po ba siya tolerating vote buying po? Based po sa sinabi po?
Yeah, he's tolerant. Let's say he says, it's not me. Why are you tolerating it? If you're tolerating it, you don't even care. Just give me your vote. I'll buy it. I think that's an insult to the poor because you're taking advantage of the fact that they don't have enough money. Because you're poor, because you don't have enough money for your family, sige, I'll just buy your vote. You understand? It's an insult. It's an insult.
Ma'am, what's your next move po, ma'am? Your plan after this? Kung sakaling hindi po mapagbigyan yung inyo pong petition or ano po, what's your next move po?
You know what we have to do? We just have to stay on top of this the whole time. Okay? For example, if it's not accepted, it's going to break our hearts because we know that Kamalek is not standing for truth. And that will break our hearts because we believe in them. We believe in the people in Kamalek. We believe that they care about the Filipino people and they care about truth. And if they do this, it will break our hearts because we want to believe in them. We really do. Now, if they don't do it, you cannot fight violence with violence. You cannot. If one side is very violent in the sense that buying your votes, etc., if it's violent that way, we will not take up swords that way. We will do it with truth. We will do it with multimedia. We will do it with, you know what? Here's the big difference. Who is the person among all of the candidates who had an explosion of support the minute that person said, I'm going to run? And you know what that person said before it started? She said, I thought it would be a long and lonely road. I thought I would be out there all by myself because I don't have the money to pay for votes. And I thought it would be a long, lonely road. What did she found out? As soon as she proclaimed, everybody came out and said, we are for you.
Ma'am, according to your press release, ma'am, sabi niyo po na meron pong 15,000
Yes.
na signatures. But ano po, wala po yung nakalagay doon, yung signatures ng mga tao.
I'm sorry.
Doon po sa press release. According to your press release that,
There's a whole stack. There's a stack. The 15,000 are there. It's this thick. I have to go already. It's this thick. You can go look at the 15,000 where we gave copies. The gentleman, that's 15,000. Okay, and that's only the beginning. That's only in 2 weeks.
Ma'am, enough ba yung 15,000, ma'am, to disqualify BBM, ma'am?
Yes, there are 15,000 who said he should be disqualified because he did not pay his taxes. We're not insulting him. We're not. You cannot fight violence with violence. We are not insulting anybody. We're not saying anything about them. We're just saying, here is what you had to pay. This is what you did not pay, 1982 to 1985. Period, the end.
Ma'am, how you had conducted what you call that, a survey?
Survey. The ones who know all about that, Nars there with the checkered shirt, she said the whole thing. I don't want to speak out of turn. She'll give you the breakdown. But all we did really was we just posted it and we got all of these returns so fast. And I said many of them were individual. Salamat.
Ayan si ma'am. Talagang matindi yung nagaganap dito. Kaya tayo.
Kuya,
Ay, sorry.
Go.
Ayan na mga kababayan, kitang-kita niyo. Ma'am, may mga darating pa ba, ma'am, nakasama niyo, ma'am?
Wala, kami na.
Kayo
Kami na
lang.
yun. Hindi pa ba kami sapat?
Towns Foundation Incorporated.
Then, outstanding women yan.
Ses Orenya Drilon. Ma'am, ano niyo po si Drilon sa Senador Drilon?
Ay,
Ang asawa niya dati drilon eh.
Ma'am, ano yan, ma'am?
So hindi, I think, kamag-anak niya. So, hindi yun ang rason na pumirma siya. Ang rason, naniniwala kami dun sa pagkansela ng certificate. At hindi lang si Sens ito ang buong town. Marami kaming year.
15,000 people is enough to jump the COC of Bongbong Marcos over 20 million.
No, hindi naman sa kung ilan ang nakapirma, pero kung ano yung dapat. Diba? Kasi pwede kaming maghakot ng maraming tao dito, pero ang importante, ang COMELEC, ang decision nila. Kaya sana maniwala rin sila sa mga taing ng tao na nagbabayad ng tuwis, na sumusunod ng batas. Yun lang naman ang hinihingi namin. Lahat tayo pantay-pantay. Hindi ba yun ang panaginip natin? Sa batas, lahat pantay-pantay. Yun lang.
Ma'am, sa tingin niyo po ba, ma'am, hindi po enough yung election, yung pong nasa batas na eleksyon, para mapatunayan po kung sino po talaga yung gusto ng tao bayan? Hindi po ba enough yung election? Kasi may nagko-comment po rito, bakit kailangan daw po daanin sa petition para hindi maisama sa presidential BBM? Hindi daw po ba enough yung election na para mapatunayan po kung sino talaga ang gusto ng taong bayan?
Yes.
Ang gusto ng taong bayan, iba dun sa maaari bang tumakbo o hindi. Di ba lahat tayo kailangan sumunod sa batas? Kasi kung hindi, kung marami tayo gusto nating baliktarin ang mundo, kaya natin gawin, pero hindi yun ang batas. Ang tinuturo sa atin, may mga batas na lahat tayo kailangan sumunod. Hindi popularity contest ang batas. May mga batas na mahirap sundan, may mga batas na hindi sinusundan. Pero yung pagtakbo ng isang tao ng pagkakandidato ng presidente, seryosohin naman ang batas. Hindi pwedeng itabi lang ang batas at sabihin, kasi marami naman akong sumusunod sa akin. Diba?
Are there any legal proofs, ma'am, na meron hindi magandang
Tanong niyo dun
ginawa
sa mga legal, sa mga lawyer. Sa amin, ang tingin lang namin, hindi sinunod ang batas sa pag-file.
It's your own opinion lang po.
Oo. As a Filipino citizen, diba?
Ano yung mga nakuha niyo po mga signatures? Through online po ba yun nakuha? Through online?
Change.org.
Okay.
I-check niyo yung change.org.
Online siya, hindi siya face-to-face, ma'am. Not face-to-face sa signatures po yan.
2 weeks lang naman ito na nakalagay sa change.org. Pero nakakuha kami ng 15,000 signatures na lahat naman sila, alam mo naman sa change.org, verified. Hindi mga trolls.
Okay. So, kasi kinaklaro po nila, ma'am, kung yung bang, halimbawa tayo, ma'am, magpipirmahan po tayo. Yun po yung tinatanong ng tao. So, online pala yan.
Oo.
Ayan. Okay, para
Pwede
maliwanag.
niyong paikutin yun, pero basahin niyo yung content ng aming sulat. Yun lang.
Ma'am,
Kasi pwede niyong paikutin maski anong gusto ninyong, di ba?
Ma'am, aside po doon sa case na yung po kay BBM about sa tax evasion po ba yan, ma'am? Tama po ba? You personally po, meron po ba kayong personal na hindi gusto sa kanila, sa mga Marcos?
Bakit magiging sa akin personal? Bakit nyo gagawing personal? Sinasabi namin, kami nandito, naninindigan kami sa pangalan ng aming mga kasama. Huwag nyo gawing personal.
Hindi, ma'am, that's only a question, ma'am. That's only a question po, ma'am.
Sa akin, sa iyo ba? Sa ikaw, boboto ka ba sa mga Marcos?
Ma'am,
Nagbablog po kami, ma'am, nasa neutral
Okay,
side
ma'am.
po kami, ma'am.
Oo, kung neutral side ka,
Kaya po namin kayo pinapakita po yung yung side ninyo para makita rin po nyo rin yung side ninyo. Hindi lang po yung side ng kabilang side. Opo. Kaya po nasa neutral
ang side namin, i-cancel yung candidacy. Yun, simple lang, di ba? Pwede niyong paikutin, pwede niyong gawin ang gusto niyo, pero simple lang ang hinihingi namin na sundin ang COMELEC ang batas.
How about the other participants mo na tumatakbo na sa president election?
Kung hindi sila sumunod sa batas,
Wala rin po ba kayong ipapakita sa kanila na
hindi yun ang aming, alam ko ang ginagawa nyo eh. Di ba? Alam ko ang ginagawa nyo na gusto nyo ginigiit lang namin na hindi kami pabor sa isang
ma'am, based na
kandidato.
po ito sa questions ng mga nagko-comment.
Basahin lang nyo yung aming yung aming post at makikita ninyo yung aming gusto sabihin.
Saan po yung post niyo, ma'am? Ano pong,
Ayan o,
yan po, yan po.
naglabas kami ng petition sa COMELEC.
Counts Foundation.
Kasi ang sinabi kasi doon, ma'am, signature kasi ang pinag-usapan, 15,000 signature. Ang hinahanap po ng mga viewers natin, nasaan po yung signature doon?
Ayun, makikita ninyo dun sa mga naka-print out na sinubmit sa COMELEC, yung mga signature.
So ano po yan, ma'am? Electronic signature? Hindi po siya actual na kamay na po. Electronic signature. Through change.org po, ano po?
Oo,
Change.org po yung
change.org.
verified signature.
Pag change.org naman, verified ang mga signatures, di ba? So, ayun.
Thank you
Ma'am,
po.
may tanong lang po ako. Bakit pala number 1 si Bongbong Marcos sa mga
Tanong
surveys?
niyo sa kanya. Tanong niyo sa kanya. Tanong niyo sa kanila.
Hindi po kayo naniniwala, ma'am, na number 1 po siya.
Hindi ko alam kung bakit siya number 1, pero itanong niyo sa kanila. Kasi yung mga question ninyo tungkol kay Bongbong Marcos, siguro sa kanila niyo dapat itanong. Tanungin niyo kami dun sa aking pinayo na petition, di ba?
So by the way, ma'am, ano po yung name niyo, ma'am?
Lika Brown.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Salamat.
Ayan, salamat. Ayan, mga kababayan. Nasa patas lamang po tayo para makakuha po yung kanilang mga panig dito. Ayan, ano masasabi nyo? Mga kababayan, kumusta? Pa-share po tayo. Ito na po yung 15,000 na... Ay. By the way, sir, where is Father Bernafe? Father Bernafe? Hindi nyo kasama. Okay. Ano si Father Bernafe? Tanong natin. Sino Father Bernafe? Check natin. So, matindi yung ano dito, yung DQ ay dumating din yung 15,000 na signatures coming from online signatures pala ito. Verified daw yun, mga kababayan. So let's see, ano bang kakatigan ng COMELEC dito, mga kababayan? Ito ba'y i-entertain pa o ano? Kaya mag-comment po kayo.
Yan naman ay base sa interview nila.
O anong masasabi nyo, mga kababayan, na dumating din yung 15,000 na signatures na galing sa online. Pero sabi nila verified naman daw. So let's see kung anong gagawin po ng COMELEC. Ano bang magiging resolution ng COMELEC dito? Huwag nyo nang pansinin yung sombrero ko, mga kababayan, dahil napakainit ngayon. At yung aking salamin talagang mainit. Mataas ang araw. Kumusta, mga kababayan? Kumusta kayo? Bet, kumusta po? Tama, Mami Peng. Sinong Mami Peng na sinasabi? Sinong Mami Peng? Kayo talaga. Ayan. Anong masasabi ng mga kababayan natin dyan? Mga nagko-comment dyan? Ang init ng usapin dito sa COMELEC. Maaga pa lang, hindi pa tumitilaok yung manok. Nandito na ako, mga kababayan. Kumusta kayo? Denver to Nakaw. Ginigigil na naman ako ni Denver to Nakaw. Kumusta kayo? Huwag nyong kukunin yung sombrero ko. Ang init-init, kukunin yung sombrero ko dito. Anong masasabi nyo, mga kababayan? Wala na daw makakapigil kay BBM dahil gusto ng bayan, yung nag-comment. Ma'am La Ernie, salamat sa inyo. Mabuhay po kayo. Mapapanood nyo po ako sa Wonders Philippines. Sa live din ako. Meron tayong 3,000 na viewers mga kababayan. Kumusta? Oh, ano pong masasabi ng mga kababayan natin sa pinasa ng isang grupo na 15,000 na signatures para suportahan ang disqualification case ni Bongbong Marcos. Sa tingin nyo, meron ba itong bilang? Mag-comment po kayo mga kababayan. Huwag niyong kukunin yung sombrero ko mga kababayan. Wala akong sombrero dito eh. Oh. Ba't nyo kukunin yung sombrero ko? May lumabas-pasok sa Comelec ko. Ay, bantayin natin dito. May bilang 15K. Yes. Online po nila kinuha pero verified daw yun mga kababayan. Ano na naman sinasabi ng mga ito? Huwag kayong mga away. Irespeto natin yung kanilang sinasabi. Sabi nila, the truth will prevail. Sabi nila, so let's see ano bang mangyayari ngayon mga kababayan. Oh, Devi, ginigigil ako ni Devi na naman. The Wonders Philippines. May pagganon pa siya. Oh. Ayan, kumusta kayo? Huwag niyong kukunin ang sombrero ko ha. Igigil ako sa inyo ha. Sombrero ko ito, wala na akong gagamitin ha. Ang sinasabi ng mga ito. Iyan ang mga huwag niyong aawayin. Basta lang tayo, cover lang tayo. Nasaan si Sir Boy? May parating pa si Sir Boy eh. Nasaan si Sir Boy? Hinahanap ko si Sir Boy eh. Yun yung kasama ko dito eh na nagbigay ng info eh. Hanapin natin si Sir Boy. Saan si Sir Boy? Check natin. Nasaan ba si Sir Boy? Hinahanap ko si Sir Boy eh. Hinahanap ko si Sir Boy mga kababayan. Kumusta kayo? Uy, dami kong like ha. Kumusta? Kumusta mga kababayan? Nasaan si Sir Boy? Nahanap ko si Sir Boy dito eh. Nasaan sila? Umalis na yata si Sir Boy ah. Nahanap ko sila eh. Ayan, yung mga media natin nagpapahinga na sila at nag-aantay din ng mga puputok na balita dito. At tayo naman, nag-e-edit pa lang sila. Tayo, nila-live na natin mga kababayan. Malinaw ho ba yung ating reception? Mga kababayan, kumusta kayo? Ba't may kalat na naman dito? Ayan, may kalat. Sir, shoutout. Pangalan nyo, sir?
Pulis lang.
Ayan, tourist police. Ayan, mabuhay kayo, sir.
Thank you.
The Wonders Philippines po.
God bless.
Ayan, mga tourist police natin dito. Talagang snappy. Talagang bantay sarado ang Comelec dito. Tignan natin anong sinasabi ng mga kababayan natin dito. Oh, kumusta? Kababayan, anong balita? Anong balita sa mga pahayagan dito? Mamaya, nandyan na sila, mga kababayan. May parating pa na isang grupo dito, kaya ang gagawin natin, mag-cover lang tayo na mag-cover. Oh, kumusta kayo mga kababayan? Oh, kumusta? Huwag niyong kukunin yung sombrero ko ha, kasi mainit ngayon eh. Ang meron, abay si ma'am. Gusto ko yung mga dito mga reporter na magaganda eh. Ayun si ma'am, CNN oh. And Lo Adukol, salamat sa 100 stars. Kumusta kayo? Tayo dito, bali-balita lang mga kababayan ha. Wala tayong kinikilingan, wala tayong pinapaboran. Tapat na balita lamang ito. Ma'am, pwede ko may interview. Pabor ba kayo nun nag-withdraw na si Tatay Digong? Nag-withdraw na si Tatay Digong. Ay, naku!
Wala pa naman naman yan.
Naku, yung wallet. Anong masasabi mo? Nag-withdraw na si Tatay Digong.
Ma'am,
Anong masasabi niyo?
marami kang masasabi, ma'am.
Sino bang pangulo mo, ma'am? Sinong pangulo mo? Kayo po, sinong pangulo mo? Wala. Wala.
Sige po. Tawid na kayo, ma'am. Tawid na kayo.
Ayan, Nai-istorbo si ma'am, oh. Nai-istorbo, oh. O, diba? Ayan, kumusta kayo? Mga kababayan, mamaya na ulit. Ako'y magbe-break muna. Mga kababayan, salamat sa inyong lahat. Once again, eto po si SME TV ko. Mag-aantay pa tayo ng mga balita na pwedeng ibalita dito ha. Huwag kayong mawawala mga kababayan. Babalik po tayo. Salamat pa ng marami. Once again, ito po si SME TV ko, The Wonders Philippines sa FB. And dito, salamat sa lahat. Salamat sa lahat. Ito ako. Paalam muna tayo. Babalik tayo mamaya. Salamat.